I've been laser focused on investing and just basically trying to make gains, right? Or financial progress for many years now. When I was younger, I was in a crappy situation at times in my life, and it really motivated me to just figure out, how can I get into my own home as soon as possible? I grew up playing strategy video games and understanding that the more time I put into refining my craft, the better I was, as well as utilizing just the tool and technique of proper resource management. It's not about what you don't have, it's about what you do have and what can you do with it. My name is Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. The mission here is to learn more, to earn more. And today I want to talk about some of my investing and really just mindset techniques that have truly helped me get closer and closer to financial freedom. A lot of people are always looking to sell you something online, but there's none of that bullshit in today's video. This is if you were my best friend and you were like, dude, I want to set myself up for success in the future. I want to make money. I want to have a higher net worth, whatever. What do you think I can do? How can I get closer? That's the conversation we're going to have. I've been obsessed with this stuff for as long as I can remember. Even when I was a wee lad in elementary school, I was like, I want to grow up and have my own business. Before that, I wanted to be an engineer until I realized that engineering was straight math. And although I like and respect math, advanced math is not very fun as far as I'm concerned. So that pushed me further on the entrepreneurial path. So let's look at the basics, but first a super quick example. Warcraft 3 and StarCraft, especially Warcraft 3, are my favorite strategy games growing up, and still now, to be honest, really. And in those games, you have a few things to manage, namely gold and lumber. Those are your two main resources, and also managing an army to attack and defend and so forth. And it kind of reflects in life. You have all these obligations as well as intake and expenses. So you have X amount of time per day. You're doing XYZ on your days on normal. You have these obligations, whether that's to friends, family, a social or religious entity, whatever. You have necessary expenses like you're gonna need food. And there's ways to get food much cheaper than eating out every day, living, to be frank, lavishly. Those are luxuries that you may not really need. But the first thing is basically taking a realistic snapshot of your situation. What do I have and what can I do with it? And then where do we go from there? And my mindset is maximizing what I am doing with what I have. And once I feel like I have maximized that, then I kind of look forward and move on, maybe more opportunity, add more, take on another project or a side hustle, whatever. So let's throw up a chapter title, right? Living beyond your means. Welcome to America, where people live in houses that they probably can't afford. Realistically, with like a good lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, and even more so, cars. You need a vehicle to get you from A to B. And there are a few auto manufacturers that will get you in a car that will absolutely get you in A to B with low price, low input, even in this era, brand new with warranties and all that. You know anything about cars, right? For under 30 grand out the door. Yet I see most people rolling around in 40, 50, 60, $80,000 cars. They may not even make $80,000 annually. You drop more than your annual salary on a car, that is dumb as. And then living beyond your means, from real estate to automotive, those are the two biggest things. By the way, cars are terrible investments. They pretty much all depreciate, and they bring a lot of additional expenses, not just maintenance, but personal property tax, insurance. The more you spend on a car, everything around it has just now become more expensive. Oh, and the auto loan. You probably didn't buy it outright, and now you're paying interest on it. And before people know it, they spend all of their money on their home loan plus interest, their auto loan plus interest, and then you buy things that you shouldn't buy with a credit card, and then you rack up credit debt. And credit card interest is the biggest scam in the world. We're talking interest rates often in like the 20+% range. Do you understand how crazy that is? So stop living beyond your means. That's freaking step one. My main vehicle was a $2,000 Miata for many years when I was like, dude, I am buckling down and I need to make some financial progress. The next chapter title, I guess if you will, is cutting out unnecessary expenses. It's sort of like living beyond your means, but I want to elaborate a bit further on those things. And while this may seem like dad advice so far, we need to set the scene for what should we not be doing to reclaim our finances, our disposable income, or whatever else you want to call it. Basically, my mindset is I need to reclaim all these funds and potential financial opportunity and then figure out what to do with it. Otherwise, I have no money to put anywhere, no money to try to make gains on. So unnecessary expenses, right? Expensive hobbies, right? A lot of people pick up expensive hobbies. And some things that I like, that I recognize are expensive hobbies that I've done throughout my life, like being a car guy, okay? What you'll notice with car guys is they buy cars they can't afford. They throw a bunch of money at them, and then the bank owns their actual car, and they have more money in mods than they have in equity in the dang vehicle. When I was younger, paintball was very cool, very expensive for what it is. Hitting the track, taking the car guy hobby even further somehow. Those are some for me, right? Gaming can be a bit of an expensive hobby, but to be frank, not really. The amount of money you spend on, video games versus the amount of entertainment you can get from them, it's just really not much. But it is one of the smaller things at the end of unnecessary expenses where enjoy the stuff you have, try some free-to-play games or whatever, and really get to a period where you stop buying stuff. But everyone is so sucked into instant gratification. It's why we see so many first-person shooters like Apex, Fortnite, a little bit of Halo, Call of Duty, and you don't see people playing strategy games anymore because motherfuckers don't want to think and they're just not all that smart anymore. All they want to do is that instant gratification. Bang, 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 boom, got them. That's instant gratification. Spending 15 minutes building your base and then going to war and finding out that your resource management was lacking and then you get crushed is not instant gratification. It's instant disgratification. And that's one of the key differences I personally see from my generation compared to some of the younger ones. But going back to unnecessary expenses, right? Motherfuckers always eating out. Do you know how much money you spend on eating out? You should sit there and look at your expenses. Oh, congratulations, you cut cable, huh? But you're subscribed to Hulu with no ads, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Netflix. You even got that Max add-on for another $10 a month. You subscribe to Amazon Prime, so congratulations, you have Prime Video. And then you wanted to get your groceries delivered, so you went and grabbed Walmart Plus Walmart in-home, and you have an internet bill and a phone bill, and wow, you got a lot of expenses, man. That starts to really add up. A lot of those are entertainment, a lot of those are pleasure, a lot of those are luxuries. But it's really eating out, and even more so when you eat out, alcohol. Alcohol is the absolute biggest markup and scam. Every single time I eat out, I never order a drink because I'm not paying $3 for a jar that's half full of ice and syrup. And people don't realize it, they don't think about it, and a lot of people's minds are failing to catch up with the fact that we are in a state of hyperinflation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Germany post-World War, okay? Our money, the US dollar and other fiat currencies are just absolute trash compared against everything else that they are going and being traded for, they are buying. So when I was younger, you could get a drink for like $1. Then it was like $2 and it was kind of scammy. You truly go to most places now and they will charge you $3 for a drink. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? Compared even to your entree, that'll be half the price of some of the entrees that you will be eating. I'm paying half for my cheeseburger than I am for a can of soda. It's not even good for you, dude. It doesn't even taste that good. But a lot of people hitting the bars, a lot of people going out to social events. The list just kind of go on and on. Another thing for me is like firearms. Firearms are incredible. It allows you the ability to protect yourself, protect others, and they're a lot of fun. And I personally also simply enjoy the aspect of training. And yes, I am a believer in concealed carry. I practice it and so forth. But I see a lot of guys in the firearms sector. They are just, they're racking up debt buying extra guns. Okay, dude, you bought the first gun and you said that was to protect your family. Okay, you bought your fourth pistol and you did it on credit. Wrong move, dude. It's a simple mindset of do not buy things that you cannot afford. Eventually, if you work hard, you'll have more money, you'll have more things, and along the way, you realize that these material things aren't bringing you all that much happiness. Happiness to me is really rooted in freedom. And it's not the fake freedom the United States sells you. I mean like financial freedom. I don't have to worry about the bills I get or how I'm gonna make ends meet. I can buy the things I want. I can go the places I want to go and not worry that I'm living beyond my means. So that's the key exposition of this. It's a bit long-winded when I really talk through it. So we've addressed the unnecessary expenses and living beyond your means. And I hate to talk about this for over 10 minutes, but the fact of the matter is, it's really that simple. It is that simple why most people are not going to be successful in life. The average person is unsuccessful statistically. As far as I'm concerned, with where I want to go, average ain't good enough. Average for me, I'm out. I am unhappy being average. And if you're happy being average, congratulations. Maybe ignorance is bliss. But once you wake up and you see everything for what it is, it ain't enough. So then, looking beyond that, I have stopped living beyond my means. I have gotten rid of my unnecessary expenses. And then I really focused on living frugally, right? At a slight expense to my health, I was largely living off ramen, right? Like the classic, oh, you're broke, you eat ramen kind of thing. Peanut butter and jelly. I was eating a lot of canned tuna. I would do a lot of meal replacement with protein and just general meal replacements, which are generally speaking pretty cheap meals. Canned soup, hot dogs, a lot of eggs. The bottom line is I ate cheap, and I told Alexa, my fiance now, that I'm not going out. I'm not doing that. I am out. I don't even like the word frugal, really. I had money on my mind, just like Lil Wayne. And I was like, I need to make more money. I am unhappy. I don't feel secure. I don't have what I want. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not on track to get where I want to go. So living a lifestyle like that, right? Not buying video games, not buying guns, not buying cars, buying my first house and going to like 20 lenders to make sure I was getting the best interest rate to try to get more money back into my pocket. And then getting 20% into the home as soon as I could to get rid of my PMI, which is basically just pissing money away on a real estate loan. So my building blocks are there. I'm living within my means. I've got a house. I have a little bit of just, security of like, this is where I live. This is what I do. I've got this job and I make this, and understanding how much money I have, how much money's going out, how much money's coming in, and just continuing to increase my available income to invest in things. I made a lot of tough decisions along the way. I would love to have a family, like my own kids and stuff, but I pushed that down the line, for better or worse, depends how you want to look at it. But I didn't feel that I was able to pursue my financial goals and also be a good father at the same time. I pushed our wedding years out. It's tough. It's not what Alexa wanted, Miss Vosk, my wonderful other half. And the biggest thing about all of this is I hope to have kids sooner than later. And the biggest thing that makes me sad is that I have chosen to spend less years with them. That's the fact of the matter. You push all that stuff down the line, you got kids later, you got less time with those kids. We're not gonna live forever. But I hope that the years I do get to spend with them, I am able to just absolutely create a stable and fun and engaging home life, and to be present in their lives, and to be the best dad I can be as long as I'm around. But why do I bring this up? Maybe you don't really care about me and my story, and that's fine. But the key point to take away from a video content like this is I consciously thought about everything. I'm thinking about the big picture and everything within the frame. Most people don't take a deep breath, a step back, in a second, sit down and figure out what is going on, where are they, where do they want to go, how do you get there, okay? By me doing all of this, I'm able to truly realize the landscape that I am on, the battlefield of financial freedom that I am waging war in. So now I look at investment opportunities. Do I start trying to flip houses? I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Anything you could ever want to learn is on the internet now. You just got to get out there and do it and learn it. But I don't have much capital, right? And I look at stocks and trading. And trading, in a way, to be honest, is just glorified gambling. That's all it is. Yes, you can look at the fundamentals and whatever else, but just let's speak plainly, right? I look at stocks and I'm like, that's old money, man. That's old money. It's controlled by the powers that be. And yeah, like I've done well with stocks. I actively follow stocks and invest in stocks, and I do it more so now than I did about 7 years ago, when I really just buckled down on how do I actually, invest and make money now. Because I spent the previous years refining my lifestyle to minimizing my expenses and just understanding where I'm at and where I want to go. That's why I focused on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And if you're watching this and you're not a Bitcoin crypto guy, this isn't some big pitch on getting into crypto. Yes, it's been life-changing for me and everyone else, to be frank, who stuck with it for many years. But I'm not here to shill it. I hate that term. I'm not here to pitch it. I'm here to talk about how it worked for me. Because basically, one way to look at Bitcoin and crypto is it's the new age of stocks. Like, it's a new version of stock trading. And wouldn't you want to get into stocks in the beginning versus when stocks are 100 years old, as they are now, more or less, with the American Stock Exchange? Yeah, obviously, that's a stupid question. Of course, I would rather get in on the newer one because I would be closer to ground level. I'd have more opportunity. I'm more forward thinking. And it's the classic thing of fortune favors the bold, right? Yeah, it is more volatile. Yeah, it is more risky. Yeah, it has been much more scary, but it's been very lucrative. And it's really stabilizing as an industry. I mean, you can go and grab an ETF and put Bitcoin in your retirement now. Bitcoin and crypto are not going away, yet they are still not fully embraced and accepted. I think there's so much more opportunity there. I can tell you with glee, I have a couple Bitcoin ETFs in my retirement account, along with Nvidia and some other stocks. It's been all about tech. AI is booming, and crypto is here to stay. So this is the next and probably final chapter piece of this, is like growing my cash stash. I don't know, trying to make a little rhyme and something clever sounding. And how do I take what I have? You can take whatever dollar amount, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever. And if I sit on this, and you can earn high interest, right? Like even on, if you have Robinhood Gold, which is $5 a month, you can get a 5.25% interest rate on USD in your US dollar savings account. I'll link it out down below. They got their new credit card with 3% rewards. I probably sound like a freaking ad, but do you understand that 3% cash back with no annual fee is unheard of? I've been cheering to be using my 1.5% cash back with no annual fee card for years. And that's kind of comes as a technique to maximizing your returns. Is why would you ever pay cash for anything? Why would you ever use a debit card for everything when I can get 1.5% cash back or more on every single purchase? Do you know the cash back rewards are not taxable? If it's not taxed, I have an even bigger return on my credit card rewards. You see those stupid stories Twitter threads like, oh, I do this with my business and I live entirely off my credit card rewards. Yeah, I mean, cool, congrats. But that kind of is a very exaggerated, dramatic way to illustrate how powerful credit card reward resource can be, and how can you not use it? You're leaving money on the table. But again, it all comes back to not spending more than you can afford to spend. Like, don't actually rack up credit card debt. Automatic payments, pay statement balance, never carry balance. It is so easy, but for some reason people fail to do it. But bringing it back to growing your cash stash beyond things like that is I pretty much went all in on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And then I also started mining cryptocurrency So I was buying Bitcoin and crypto and mining hardware with all the dollars I had. Then I got credit cards with 0% APR with ranges from like 12, 18 months. And I completely maxed those out. I absolutely bombed my credit score because I'm using like all of my credit. Active decision that I was aware of. I was already into my house. I wasn't going to buy a new car anytime soon. So go ahead and trash the credit for a little while. It's here to be used. And I went all in, I went after it. And I took some profits along the way, and I was able to pay all these things off. And then I owned hardware, and then I owned coin. I had investments, and I took some other just USD profits to have some more money in the bank, and to just push myself a little bit further along the financial way. And it's just pretty much that simple. From then on, I kept investing, I kept working, and I kept trying to just compound what I'm doing, reinvesting. Beyond all the investing stuff, I also was working on my mining farm. It's basically a passive income endeavor where you get these custom computers, they mine crypto, and I pay off the miner. All I have to do is cover the electricity bill. Then I have something generating cash for me on a monthly basis, right? That's my version of an Airbnb rental that you see all over TikToks, right? Oh, I got all these 7 Airbnbs and make 34 grand a month, right? Oh, well, okay. Well, I've got 70 miners. I make 34 grand a month. There's different ways to go about all this, for better and worse, and so forth. This is the path I chose, but there's many other paths to go as well. The most important thing is being on a freaking path, or getting yourself on that path sooner than later. The more you do, the younger you are, great, congrats, better. And beyond this, I left my 9 to 5 because I did the math. And at best, with my old job, I probably would have been a millionaire sometime in my 40s on paper, net worth wise, but never actually having $1 million in the bank. It wasn't enough. And that's the depressing and scary thing about a 9 to 5 to me, is you can really kind of extrapolate out the data. Where are you going to be in 5-10 years if nothing changes? It's not that much math to do. So numerous life things punched me in the face and shoved me right into my own business. My beautiful pup Tails got sick, and I've told the story before, but I love my dog. I think of her as my first daughter. She's incredible. She's a key piece of our family. So fortunate that we overcame the sickness. She's still here kicking. She's actually right here snoozing. You're a good girl, puppy. Hi, Tails. But to bring it back on topic, the point is, I wasn't happy with my trajectory, and everything kind of compounded versus where I wanted to go. And before you know it, I'm chasing the dream with my own business. Very difficult, very trying. It's that classic, I left my 9 to 5 so I could work 24/7, 365 TikTok voice, right? And it's truly how it was. It's truly kind of still how it is, how it's felt. And I just pour my heart and soul into everything I do. We've been working on building a bigger, very serious VoskCoin mining farm. We have been working on the content creation for years, making videos, making articles, making TikToks and shorts, trying to just, provide things of value. And if content is valuable, we develop our community. It's so much fun and engaging to engage with them. And it also brings financial opportunity from ad revenue and sponsors on that side of the business. And that income has been a bit steadier than the mining over the years, which has given me the ability to basically double down on the mining farm, continue to build it out, continue to expand it, and we continue to invest in our content creation. I recently got a new camera. I just picked up a drone and stuff like that. And it gives me the confidence that, just like investing into stocks and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, I want to invest into my business to be able to make better content, which will hopefully give me a better return on the content, or if nothing else, just help me make content that I'm more proud of. And that is a return beyond financial that maybe is kind of what I want to close this video out with. Is, somewhere along the way, you need to find some passion. It's not just about, okay, everybody's getting rich with crypto, that's where I should be. It's identifying what you are interested in, as well as what is viable, right? Like starting in a auto part business is probably unfeasible, right? Unless you're doing high-end custom niche stuff. Right? If you want to compete with advanced auto parts and all of their Chinese part companies, good luck, dude. It's over, right? Oh, I want to make the next big power tools brand. That's going to be pretty difficult. That's a difficult market with some very serious logistics all wrapped up in Asian production countries already. But getting into a relatively young sector like cryptocurrency and getting into crypto mining may be more viable. At least that's how I feel personally. Or maybe it's more about your passion and what is still yet a viable thing to get into. For example, flipping a house. Maybe you're truly into it, you like that aspect, you've always been a DIY guy. Well, then flipping could be incredible for you. And you could kind of evolve that into, okay, I buy the house, I flip the house, and then I rent the house. And you try to become a little real estate mogul. And maybe you start with single family homes and flipping that, and that's how you get a bit of a foothold in the game. And then you generate some cash flow, and then maybe you can get into multiple tenant housing. Before you know it, you buy an apartment building. But the point is, for me, I truly realized I need to be into it. It's not just about what is probably the right decision. I need to find some passion. I would say that I generally have what some people would consider an obsessive personality. Right, whatever I do that shit wide open. Right, he's into gaming. Yeah, well, yeah, he kind of games pretty hard, doesn't he? It's like, oh, he's into mining. Oh my gosh, he's got every miner they ever made, and that's like all he does and talks about. Oh, he's making YouTube videos. Oh my gosh, he's posting one a day. Oh, look, he's trying this new energy supplement. Oh my gosh, he ordered half their catalog to try each flavor. I've been on a G Fuel kick. I'm not an affiliate with them, or I don't have a code or anything like that. I've just been looking for some kind of coffee alternative. Been a little burnt out on coffee. Little, random side note. I do find caffeine to be a bit of a cheat code in productivity. It makes a big difference. It's a game changer for me. For whatever it's worth. I'm not trying to push caffeine on you. Plus, I really love the gaming-inspired collabs that they do. And like I got Nuka-Cola a while ago, and now the Fallout show has gone crazy viral. And it's just fun. It's simple. It's stupid. It's more entertaining than saying, oh, here's my Jeff Energy and it's raspberry flavor. Like, no, like, dude, I'm drinking Nuka-Cola. Okay, but it's like that old rap song. Everything I do it big. And I think that's important. I think people that go into things with just putting their little toe in, just feeling the water a little bit, you're never gonna make it. Dive in the pool, man. Take the plunge. Go after it. I'd rather die poor and know that I tried than die average wondering, man, what if I just went for it? What if I just took the leap? Right? And I hope that serves as some motivation for you to get out there and chase whatever you want, whatever dream you have. And it doesn't even have to be financial. Maybe it's other things. My end game, beyond, achieving financial freedom and all that stuff, is I'd love to breed dogs. I'd love to rescue dogs. And I really want to have a dog retirement center, because a lot of old senior dogs, just basically don't get adopted. And I can't take them all, but I'd love to take as many as I could and just give them a good couple years to close it out. Because what a sad thing to be a dog or anything else and lose your parents, your owners, or get abandoned or whatever happens, and now your whole life's turned upside down, and then you just get abandoned to a cage until they say there's no more room and you get euthanized. This world is really not all that great, and all I can do is just try to make it a little bit better. That's where I'm at, so that's what I'm trying to do. It's tough being a content creator on top of all this other stuff, because people say a lot of mean stuff in the comments, and it's like, oh, shrug it off, oh, thick skin. It's like, dude, there's a lot of comments over the years, and it just starts to make you like defensive. You start to feel like you just have enemies out there. I don't know. It's difficult. It's challenging. And so if you do pursue something like this and you add content creation into the mix, be careful. Make sure to have some support systems, and just remind yourself that if you believe in yourself, one is enough. And you will never please everyone. And that kind of aligns with a lot of the stuff we talked about today. Maybe whatever path you choose, your parents won't agree, or they will be disappointed in you, or your friends will think it's stupid, or whatever else. Every step of the way, pretty much everyone in my life thought that that was the wrong move, the wrong decision, didn't make sense, didn't support me, didn't want to get involved or whatever. And then looking back over what's happened, the key decisions that I have made overall have been the right ones, even though the majority were saying no. So listen to the majority, you will be the majority. That's what you want to be, right? And I want you to be something else too, by the way. You better be a subscriber. Let's close this video out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was... Of course, my camera died when I was trying to say bye. I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I hope you subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.